Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to a bit of a news roundup for Battlefield 2042. I'm just going to encapsulate all the things that I haven't talked about into one video here. So we're careening towards 50k. 50k special is almost done. I think we're like 500 or something subs away from it. So if you aren't subbed to the channel, be sure to subscribe. 50k special is going to be pretty awesome. It's going to be something a little different. I haven't done anything like it before. And of course, if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. It really does help the videos out immensely. And right now is a really bad time for Battlefield just in general. So if you watch anyone else, be sure to like their videos and subscribe to their channels, because there's some great people that are just really kind of struggling, not really through any fault of their own right now, just because Battlefield is, there's nothing really going on. And later in the video, we'll be going over a bit of a vibe check, if you will, that someone put out on Twitter, featuring a lot of some of the other people you might watch covering Battlefield 2042. So without further ado, let's just jump right into things. Battlefield announced that there would be another update called Update 5.3.1 that will be releasing next week with absolutely no downtime. It is an incredibly small update. I actually refrain from even calling it an update. It's more of a bit of a hot fix. And Update 5.3.1 includes the following. They resolved an issue that resulted in the Specialist model disappearing if switched from the Battle Pass tab to the Classes tab. They resolved an issue that resulted in players spawning out of bounds on Stranded. They resolved an issue that restricted SOFLAM usage from successfully counting towards weekly missions, and they have nerfed the helicopter tow missile replenish rate from 15 seconds to 22 seconds. That makes sense because they recently gave the attack helicopters 2 tow missiles, so that initial burst of damage is definitely incredibly strong, and now you're just not going to be able to do that as often. So that extremely small update will be coming out next week with no downtime. Moving on to something that has already taken place, but I just haven't really mentioned. The vehicle count overhaul for All Out Warfare maps for Conquest 64 and 128 players is live, and I just wanted to give you a quick summary of what they've actually done. A very general observation here is for the 128 player game modes, there has been an overall massive reduction in the amount of light transport vehicles and civilian transport vehicles. For instance, on Flashpoint 128 Conquest, they've reduced the amount of civilian vehicles available from 12 to 6 and light transport vehicles from 4 to 3. This same general change can be found about pretty much all of the maps, almost all of them. So in general, there's just going to be less transport vehicles available, less little pickup trucks and scooters and whatever the hell else you could pick up civilian vehicle-wise. In terms of the more important vehicle changes, some specific maps, like Exposure 128 Player Conquest, have seen significant changes. Exposure Conquest has seen the amount of attack helicopters increased from 1 per team to 3 per team. So Exposure is definitely going to be the epicenter for, I guess, aerial combat now, especially for 128 players. For maps like Spearhead, they have seen massive increases in the amount of heavy armor available. An example for 128 player Conquest, the amount of heavy armor has been increased from 2 to 3, and the amount of utility vehicles has been increased from 2 to 3 as well. So it doesn't sound like much, but 1 extra tank and 1 extra utility vehicle you're definitely going to notice that per team. Other than those few standout changes for maps like Stranded and Exposure, the general changes for the rest of these maps aren't going to be really noticeable. It's basically just like transport vehicle reductions, and maybe they add a jet here or there. So that's about it for the vehicle overhaul Conquest changes. I expect that to happen for Breakthrough as well. I don't think they've commented on it, but it would make sense if they did it for Conquest, they're going to do it for Breakthrough as well. And before I get into my next topic, I just have to remind people, if you do enjoy the content, I do stream every single day at twitch.tv/enders. Drop my channel a follow. It is free. First link in the description, as well as follow me on Twitter. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I really do appreciate everyone that does that. Moving on to the next topic, they've reactivated the Battlefield 2042 Season 3 Easter egg. If you remember, the Season 3 Easter egg had something to do with like a missile hitting Spearhead and all this sort of other stuff. So you can actually go back and do that once again. I will link the Battlefield Bulletin tweet going over this thing they discovered, so you guys can go back and do that if you wish. And last but certainly not least in this video's topic list, a fellow YouTuber of mine and a friend of mine for a very long time, Catalyst, who some of you might watch. He posts Battlefield videos fairly regularly, but admittedly less recently because, well, everyone's just sort of bummed out. He put out a quote-unquote vibe check for the entire Battlefield community. He asked, where are we at right now? I'm about here. Then he, put this picture, which I will put up on the screen. And a lot of your YouTubers that some of you might watch responded to this tweet. We got Cadwoman here saying that she's currently trying not to give up. We have Ghost Gaming commenting as well, pretty much in the same boat. Ghost Gaming had this to say. He said that a similar place to everyone, I think, hanging on by a thread. So in this post here, you have Catalyst, who is one of the very few YouTubers that is Battlefield-centric, saying that he's essentially not in a good place. We have Cadwoman contemplating giving up, and we have Ghost Gaming in a similar place. Then you have me, who people like to rope in with, Ghost Gaming and Cadwoman and Catalyst, because I guess we all sort of make the same content, and I'm pretty much on the same boat right now. I'm not going to lie. I've made a few videos about this, touching on the same subject recently. It has been truly brutal. It really has been these past few weeks. And I don't see it getting any better until Season 6 releases. And then there's always that question mark. What happens after the last season of Battlefield 2042? How long is that downtime going to be? Because, guys, the Battlefield community is smaller and, I guess, more intertwined than ever. So there really aren't that many content creators left for Battlefield at this point. And here we have a tweet with pretty much the main few commenting that they're all pretty close to saying fuck it and giving up, which is really a sign of the times. And that is really personally very difficult for me to see because, we all make Battlefield content because, deep down, no matter how much we criticize the game, we really enjoy Battlefield and we want to be able to create content and have fun with our communities on Battlefield because it's the game that, we want to play and share our experiences with other people with. And it really, really sucks to see talented people like Cadwoman, Catalyst, Ghost Gaming, Junda, and other smaller content creators that are all commenting on this post all be really, really dejected and sort of, demotivated, not even through any fault of their own. Battlefield has given them nothing. They've given them nothing to work with for years, actually 5 years at this point. So I would really just once in my content creation, I guess, journey, I would love for a decent Battlefield game to release just to experience what that would be like. Because if Cadwoman and Ghost Gaming and Catalyst and myself and all these other content creators can still make content on a game as dead as Battlefield 2042, imagine what we could do on a game that's worth a fuck, right? Like, imagine. It would be night and day difference. So I guess you could say Catalyst putting out this tweet for a vibe check of the Battlefield community is definitely a sign of the times. He feels it too. Everyone feels it. I think the viewers feel it. And I suppose we all just have to wait and see what's going to happen. I'm definitely going to make some other content on other games such as, X Defiant, Delta Force, Modern Warfare 3. I might even make a video on BattleBit here pretty soon. You guys know me, like, I'm always going to find a way to just, stay consistent because I don't know, like, I'm pretty much Mr. Consistent at this point. If I can stay consistent with 2042, I can stay consistent with really anything. And yeah, thank you guys for hanging out. Really appreciate it. Hope this news roundup was informative. If it was, be sure to hit the like button and, of course, subscribe to the channel. 50,000 subscriber special is almost done, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to see that faster, definitely hit the sub button because it's going to be awesome. And I'm going to see you guys later.